Hello, welcome back to the channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, don't do unboxings, might do a few playthroughs, but we generally like to talk a load of bollocks about tabletop gaming in general. And in this video we're going to be talking about a trick-taking space game. We're going to be talking about Arx, and in this game you will be playing action cards, moving your ships around the map, doing battles, trying to get the most victory points that will hopefully allow you to win the game. So in this video we're going to be giving you a very brief overview of the rules, be telling you what we do like, what we don't like, then we'll come back and we'll tell you whether or not Arx is worth your time and bother today and in the future. So remember, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you after this. Bollocks. So Arx, how'd you play this game? So Arx is described as a trick-taking space game, yeah, but in my opinion it's not really a trick-taking game. You're just going to be playing cards into a display that sort of looks like a trick-taking game, but you're not going to be taking any tricks, you know what I mean? So you're going to put the board out in the centre of the table. Each player's going to get a player mat, you're going to get some space ports, and you're going to get some cities. You're going to get a bunch of ships that have been put on the map in a predetermined manner, and if you look at the map you'll see that there are various clusters that each contain 3 planets, yeah? One of these clusters isn't going to be used in a 4-player game, yeah, so you won't be able to go anywhere near the planets in that one, and you'll have some ships floating around some planets in other clusters. Each player is going to get a resource of one type, and if you look on your player board you'll see that when you spend these resources in what's called the prelude phase, which occurs after you've played your action card and before you've actually taken your actions, then these will give you an action that you would otherwise maybe not be able to have taken because you haven't got the cards to do it, right? So each player is going to get a hand of 6 action cards, yeah? There's different suits on the action cards, and each card has a different strength, each card has a number of action pips, and each card has a suit. You'll also see down in the bottom left hand corner there'll be an icon, and this refers to the ambitions, the main way that you're going to score victory points, over on the right hand side of the board, yeah? So at the beginning of the round, a random player is going to get the initiative token, and this will allow them to play a card from their hand, yeah? They're going to be playing the lead card, yeah? You're going to choose a card, you're going to put it in the spot for the lead card on the board, and depending on how many pips are on the card, you'll be able to take that many actions of the type that is listed on the card. Once you're done taking all your actions, then the next player will take their turn. They'll be able to play a card from their hand, yeah? They've got a few options here. They can either surpass the card, which means they'll play a card from the same suit, but they will have to play a card that is of a higher value, yeah? If they do this, then they'll be able to take the maximum amount of actions on their card. You can copy a card. You can choose any card from your hand, put it face down on the main board, and then you'll be able to take one action of the type listed on the lead card. Or you can pivot. You'll be able to play any card from your hand other than one that matches the lead suit, and then you'll be able to take one action of that type, yeah? You can also seize the initiative of the player who's already got the initiative, right? To do this, you will play an extra card from your hand face down next to the action card you played to take the action, right? If you played the lead card, you can declare an ambition, yeah? You have to make sure that the icon of the ambition you want to declare is on the bottom left hand side of the action card of the lead card that you played, and you've got to have the initiative marker, right? Then you'll take the highest value ambition score and token, stick it on the ambition that you want, and this is one of the victory point categories that will be scored at the end of the chapter, yeah? There's 3 tokens, so you can have 3 scoring opportunities, and you can also have 2 on the same one, or even 3 on the same one if you fucking want, you greedy c***. So some of the actions that you can take the build action. You'll be able to place a ship at a loyal starport, but a starport can only produce 1 ship each turn, right? You can also build cities or spaceports. Spaceports will let you build ships, and cities will allow you to tax, which is the action we're going to talk about now. You can tax, funny old thing. You'll be able to choose a loyal or rival city that you control. Control means having more fresh ships in that sector than anyone else. Fresh ships are ships that haven't taken any damage, and you'll gain 1 resource of that planet type, yeah? If you tax a rival city, you also take 1 of their agents and you'll stick it in your captives box, and this will score you points for the tyrant's ambition at the end of the chapter. You can influence a card on the court. You take 1 of your agents, you'll stick it on there, and then if you take the secure action and you've got the most agents on a card, you'll be able to take that card and put it in front of you, and this will give you an ongoing or maybe a one-time benefit, yeah? You can repair ships. If any ships are damaged, then you can stand them up, and you can move ships. You can move any number of ships to an adjacent sector, or if you are moving them from a spaceport, then you can do the catapult, in which case you can move them anywhere you like until they hit a planet or a gate or another planet where somebody has control, yeah? So you can also do a battle, yeah? You'll take a number of dice of your choice and you'll roll them, yeah? But all the dice do different things. The red ones will do damage, but you'll also got a big chance of damaging yourself. off. Blue ones are a 50-50 hit, they don't do any damage to you, and orange dice allow you to destroy cities and spaceports and also nick stuff from your opponents by using the keys on them, yeah? If you destroy any cities, you might provoke outrage, which means that you won't be able to use the resource type of that city during your prelude actions, yeah? Once all of the cards have been played, some players might have to pass because they used the extra card of Seize the Initiative, then you will do a bit of scoring. You'll go from top to bottom on the ambitions. So the Tycoon ambition is who's got the most material icons from resources and cards. Then you've got the Tyrant who's got the most captives, the Warlord who's got the most trophies. Trophies are usually ships that you have destroyed, the Keeper, which is the most relic icons from resources and cards, and the Empath, which has got the most psionic icons from resources and cards. Yeah, so you'll keep doing this, you'll keep going backwards and forwards, playing action cards, taking different actions until one player hits 27 points in a 4-player game. It's going to be more for lower player counts, and then that player will be the winner of arcs. So what do we like about arcs? So the first thing that we really like about this game is that in battle, you get to choose what dice you like. The game isn't going to force you to take a die that you don't want. Yeah, you've got 3 choices. You've got red, blue and orange, and you've got to pick very carefully based on the amount of risk that you want to take. If you want to pretty much ensure that you're going to do some damage, then you're going to choose the red dice. But you've also got a risk that you might damage yourself, yeah? Those blue ones may or may not do damage, but you're going to have to roll a lot of them to ensure that you're going to be successful. And the orange ones generally don't do a lot of damage, but they do allow you to steal cards and resources, which is going to be invaluable. So yeah, the fact that you don't have the game dictating to you which dice you can roll is a really nice touch, and it feels a little bit refreshing, you know what I mean? The second thing that we really like about arcs is that the court cards add a much needed extra element to this game. In fact, I would say that they're pretty much essential to the functioning of this game because they do contain a lot of get out clauses, yeah? A lot of times in this game, you're not going to be able to do what you want to do, but more often than not, there's going to be a court card that is going to allow you to circumvent that frustration, yeah? Not all the time, well, in fact, very rarely is it going to come out, but nevertheless, there is a very slight chance these court cards are going to alleviate the huge sense of frustration that this game's going to give you. So the final thing, and probably the best thing that we like about this game, is that the action cards that you're going to play do have like a quadruple use, yeah? Sort of. They're going to have different actions on them, they're going to have a different suit on them, but more interestingly, you've got the binary opposition of the strength of the card and the amount of actions that you can do. So if you play a high strength card, you're only going to be able to take one action with 7, only available in a 4-player game. But if you play a 1 card, then you're going to be able to take more actions, but there's more chance of it being surpassed, yeah? In which case, you're going to lose the initiative if you've got it. And also, you're not going to be able to declare ambition with a 1, right? So there's a nice little trade-off going on. You're going to have to be very careful about which cards you keep back in your hand. And if you are good at card counting, then this game is right up your back alley, yeah? Me, I'm fucking shit at it, so I just found it an exercise in futility. So what don't we like about arcs? So the first thing, and the thing that makes me want to throw this game into a fucking dumpster, is that the random action card draw means that there's going to be occasions when you won't be able to do not only what you want to do, but what you need to do to score points, yeah? One of the games I played of this, I needed to get into a battle to clear somebody out of a system that I needed, but I didn't draw any battle cards. I was left with a massive bunch of influence cards, so all I could do was stick agents on the court cards, but there was no way for me to secure them because the secure action is on a fucking battle card, yeah? I just found myself wanting to claw my eyes out with a fucking spoon. If you add to that the fact that if you don't have high strength cards in your hand, then you're more often than not only going to be able to take one fucking action, yeah? And there might be occasions on it where you're going to be forced to play a high action card just so that you can take one bleeding action, yeah? It's a really odd system. It's not a trick-taking game by any stretch of the imagination. And I just found the random card draw just to be a really, really weird design decision, yeah? I know there's going to be some fucking board game scientist out there telling me about probability and how arcs makes the universe collapse in on itself so that by some weird quirk of some dark matter energy force in the nether regions of fucking some nebula somewhere, that's going to produce enough fucking atoms that are going to reach my hand of cards that are going to do something amazing, yeah? But I'm not into that mumbo jumbo. I want to play a game that's fun, and I don't want to play games that make punching a fucking hippopotamus in the face a more exciting prospect. So the second thing that we don't like about arcs is that there's no defense in combat, yeah? You don't actually get to defend yourself at all. You don't get to roll any dice. You don't get to mitigate the die rolls. You don't get to plan ahead for combat. Someone just strolls into your house with a fucking shotgun and nicks all your fucking yogurt. That's fucking shit. The fact that you can't mitigate any kind of combat, as well as maybe not having any fucking battle cards for the whole fucking game, which means, again, you are fucking bound by the randomness of this game, yeah? Somebody fucking gets hold of all the battle cards out of pure luck, then by default they got a bigger dick than you, and there's nothing you can do about it except try and get some court cards to bypass some rules. But like I said, you need battle cards to seize them, so it's just fucking insane. So the final thing that we don't like about Arx is that once again we're seeing a really shit catch-up mechanism, yeah? It's the same sort of thing that happened in PAX Premier, yeah? In the sense that these stars could align for you in this game, yeah? Everything could go to plan, you happen to have the right cards, you happen to be able to declare the right ambitions at the right time, you manage to get a few core cards in front of you at the right time, and you manage to score some ambitions, get some points early on, you're in the lead and all that. But as the game progresses, after each chapter you're going to be turning over those scoring markers, yeah? And the ambitions are going to score you more points, yeah, up to 9, yeah, if you manage to win that ambition. So it might be the case that at the beginning of the game, Lady Luck's going to shine on you, right? And towards the end of the game, when the points are worth more, she's not. So the thing that drags this game down is the fucking luck-based bullshit that is the central cog in the wheel, yeah? If there was some way to mitigate that luck in a fair or skillful manner, then I think this game would be really good. As it stands, it's fucking shit. So to summarise, as if we hadn't fucking already answered this question, is Arx worth your time and bother today and in the future? So we're going to say no. Arx isn't a complete disaster. It works well when you can actually do what you need to do. But due to some batshit mechanisms, this invariably is not the case. You need to have the right action cards. You need to have the initiative marker and the right court cards if you want to win. And this, more often than not, comes down to blind luck. If you like being frustrated and enjoy cursing your luck 7,000 times in a 2-hour window, then Arx is definitely a game for you. Otherwise, this is one that you want to avoid like a madman carrying an HIV-infected syringe. So there you go. That is Arx. Remember, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to this channel. Hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you next Tuesday.